I am thousands of miles away from my home country and my family. Yet, I feel home, so home to myself. Every adversity can be chaotic, yet we can choose to see it as an awakening, a beautiful interruption in our life situations. Today, I am sharing one valuable lesson I learned about life and my own life situation in 2020, and hopefully can give you new perspective as well in your own life in 2021. Cultivating and embracing change magnify personal growth. One of the biggest changes in my life situation last year is literally changing where I live. I moved into two different countries, from Australia to France, then France to Switzerland. There were a lot of fears, uncertainties, and what ifs. It was a tough decision for me. It is quite challenging to move in a foreign country, yet it is very exciting and I felt very welcome. I don't speak French fluently yet, nor German or Italian, the three main languages that Swiss people speak. I met new people. I am struggling to communicate with them most times, but frequently it turns out funny and exciting. Oftentimes, I find myself like being a female Tarzan in a world of a sophisticated jungle. But beyond any verbal communication and any race, I believe that people pick up the energy that you bring on the table. I learned new things that unexpectedly and incredibly astonished me. I learned several fascinating stuff about their meals, how they eat, practices, their way of life, beliefs, and values. At the same time, I've been more curious, proud, affectionate, and I appreciated more the beauty of my own culture and home country. I had to leave most of my stuff in Australia. I sold some, put some in the bin, and gave away most of them. It was kind of liberating when I was able to let go of the material things that I have been attached with for quite some time. Apart from that, it's not only about letting go of my stuff, but also leaving some friends and people I met and letting go of the good life that I have planned and imagined living in Australia. It was scary and uncertain, yet I realized that if I hadn't made that tough decision, embraced and cultivated change, I couldn't have been where I am right now. I might not have been making this video at this moment. I could have been robbed of my own chance of discovering the wonders of a new environment that makes me thrive even more. I couldn't have been open myself up into a new light, new mindset, new personal growth, and new possibilities. I couldn't have been realized the things that really invigorate and fire me up. Another massive change is that, as we all know, COVID happens. It made a massive and many irreversible changes not only in our own lives, but especially in our society and the whole world. Last year has been a mess and challenging to many people. Some lost a family, a friend, or a loved one. Many people lost their job, and many businesses were gone or in the midst of bankruptcy. Celebrations, dates, and events were canceled or postponed. Some relationships were ended. Quarantines, lockdowns, we were restricted in a lot of ways. It was a very tough time to almost everyone, and in many countries around the world, especially when it comes to health and economy. It was insane and still going insane. Because of this crisis, a kind of out of the world, unexpected change full of uncertainty. There were changes in our routine, interruptions in our life situations. I learned few valuable things. One is that it has reminded me about my own mortality and the world's volatility. Because of this, I was able to confront one of my biggest fears, as most people do: the fear of death. It forced me to think how vulnerable our physical body can be, that we can die anytime. So I appreciated being alive more than ever. It challenged and questioned my own values, old beliefs, perspectives, and fears, so I was able to reinvent myself over again. The things that are important to me got more clearer, and how would I truly want to spend the rest of my life? I now accept death as a part of life, thus gives me clearer path and conviction to truly live my life on the best possible way that I could every single moment. I accept death, yet I feel so free and feel more alive more than ever. Because of this crisis, a massive unexpected change, it is easy to resent and resist what is happening. We keep on hoping that all will be back to normal. We actually won't know that for sure, or if we ever go back to normal. But what is normal means to you anyway? We may go back to normal if you see normal, like no COVID cases anymore all over the world. But I believe that there are many changes in most aspects in our lives that bestowed upon us which will never be reversible, like how we see things now and the world in a different angle, using a different lens, in a different, hopefully improved way. Another point is that because we never know when would be our last day on earth, so there is no point not to forgive and accept what is. Forgiveness of the past, forgiveness of people, and forgiveness especially myself. Accepting my mistakes and shortcomings, whatever happened to me and the world around me. I realized that our physical dimension of life is too short to suffer. As Oprah says, forgiveness is giving up the hope that the past could be any different. Forgiveness is giving up the hope that the past could be any different. Rather than resisting the change, it is way better to accept the pandemic as a struggle, but also see it as an opportunity to be still, to reinvent ourselves, to be home to ourselves, and a chance to find peace within ourselves despite all the chaos. Another thing is, we never know when would be our last day on earth, so there is no point not to live in the moment, to focus on my here and now. Because the only real and certain thing that I have is right now, right this moment. It was indeed chaotic, yet we can choose to see it as an awakening, a beautiful interruption in our life situations. To sum it up, embracing and cultivating change magnify personal growth that lead to acceptance, forgiveness, stillness, as well as focusing on our here and now, in which I believe are very important ingredients in the recipe of our progress, fulfillment, and joy. They clear us up the pathway to new discoveries about ourselves and the world. They provide us new perspectives and a room for growth. Change constantly challenges us, yet gives us the opportunity to be our finest selves in every moment if we choose to embrace and cultivate it. We have the power to choose, to see every adversity as an opportunity, a possibility of change in our lives beyond astonishment and magnificence. Thank you so much for your energy to watch this video. On my next ones, I would be sharing more lessons I've realized for the past year and some of my travels around Switzerland. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell button. It would really mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. See you on my next video. Happy New Year!